Welcome to my Let's Play for Empress of China, one of the games created for the Swap in the Middle event being hosted by RPGmaker.net, though I'm pretty sure the event's over at this point. Now what's left is to go and check out these games, I suppose, and start giving my opinions on them, or at least some of them. I don't know if I'll play all of them. As the last light faded, Xiaoli stood before her ancestor's tomb. Yeah, I don't know how to read Chinese names properly, so if I butcher them, I apologize now. Please forgive me, I am a stupid American here. After all this time, I finally found it. Princess, let us set camp for the night. We can explore at the break of dawn. Every minute we idle, my brother closes in on us. I will not stop and wait when we are this close. I heavily object, Princess. We have no way of knowing what perils await us in this tomb. If we enter unrested, we will take unnecessary risks. Speak for yourself. Your old age may have left you frail and tired, but my wits are as sharp as they were this morning. Rest if you must. I will not. My princess, by your father's decree. My father's decree is null. It became meaningless when he groveled before Jiang, begging for mercy. Princess, that is no way to speak about our emperor. Your father was an honorable man, even if he did not die as he lived. Silence. You wish to see my parents avenged, yes? Of course, Princess. Then we enter. Now. Yes, Princess. Basically, all these are, puzzle rooms. The Path of Light, though, is probably the hardest one to do because it's very vague on what you're trying to do. Basically, if you've played The Witness, you'll realize that the goal is to basically walk as many paths alongside the edges of these, boxes that are marked, as indicated by these numbers. Well, Chinese numbers, I suppose. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, yeah. And you can't cross your own path either, so it's important to keep that in mind when you're playing this game. Though this one's probably the hardest of the lot, to be honest. Because it requires you to take the most zigzaggy path imaginable to win. It's a real nightmare to figure out, let's put it that way. I actually couldn't figure out the next one on my own. I actually had the developer give me help by basically just explaining how to do it. And it's another one with a rather odd path. Usually I'd start over in this corner and then try and work my way around those, but that doesn't work because you won't be able to get out of there. When you get out of there, you won't be able to do so without being more marks in some of the boxes than there are, so effectively you get screwed. Lee, are you in here? Go away. Lee, we really need to talk. He had it coming. I know, honey, but we talked about this. You can't just punch people, even if they're being mean. You said that you and Daddy would burn in hell, and I would too for being your daughter. Lee, I don't want anyone to talk about you like that. I won't. Lee, you know you shouldn't let those idiots get under your hide. Don't you mean skin? Skin would be a better choice of words, I imagine. I don't care. It never ends, Dad. I'm sick of it. I know, honey, I know. I do try to ignore them, Dad. I really do. You know what? Let's go downstairs and I'll pour you a glass of cocoa. We'll forget about this whole thing, okay? You're not mad? Of course I'm not mad, honey. How could I be? So how about that cocoa, huh? No thanks, I'm reading. You really like that book, don't you? Alright, you stay here and read your book then. I'll go bring you your cocoa. Thank you, Dad. And let's dry those tears. We don't want Daddy to see you crying, do we? Uh-uh. Honestly, I think we'll take a crack at this one just because of the next event. Take me a stand in our path, Princess. You always say the most predictable things. Honestly, I hate this area the most. Yeah. Basically, you have to walk sometimes into the spikes, sometimes onto spikes. Then down. This is the easiest of the puzzles here, man. They just get worse. Some of them require you to figure out very specific paths. If you don't, you'll get stabbed underfoot. Like here, I just walked into a trap. Although not much can be said for your intellect, your devotion and senses are admirable. I'll take that as a compliment. See, walked into it again. I'm gonna have to take a very zigzaggy path to the center, I can tell. Oh, this will all pop up next turn. Joy. Trapped. So close, but so very far away. Oh, joy. Trapped again. So I want to step on that, or do I want to go up? Great. Can't go that way. And we're through. Good. This one's probably the most time-consuming of the lot, honestly, to get through. Because these are the hardest ones, in my opinion. Really, the secret's not to let yourself get surrounded by certain squares. And figure out when to jump off the route here. Because you keep going straight up, you'll get trapped. Like, I can't go up, because that's going to leave me surrounded by all blank squares, so they'll all be primed in my next turn. So I have to go down here if I want to stay alive. Got safe routes there and there. I want to get up still. I can move here. Okay, do I want to go... Up would leave me... I can go forward still. And forward again. I can go this way, or I can go up. Either way, I'd have open paths for the moment. I don't know if it's the right path, that's the question. Great. Okay, and we got through here too. Good. But now we got the last one, which is a real nightmare. You have to start on this side or you'll get stabbed. You then have to work your way out towards the middle. Just trapped myself. And again. In fact, either of these ones is a trap. You see how they're all blank around the next ones? Dead, no matter where I go. Out. If I move here, I can move forward. I can still move this side, or I can go up. We'll have to go down. So that far as I feel like I'm maneuvering myself into a trap on accident again. I really hate trying to figure this out. Well, if we move forward, we'll have multiple options. We can go down. But that one would force me to go over this way and force me in a circle. I can go up. No, we don't want to go anywhere where I'd be completely surrounded by these. Which I'm going to be. If I go up one, if I go to the side, I'll be surrounded as well. I can dodge back to the side here. Trapped. 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 No way, I can go down again. Okay. We'll have options if we go up. It's tricky navigating these areas, man. If I go up, I'll have lots of options, but if I move to the side, I'll only have basically one path open to me. They're all bad. I'm gonna have to go in a circle again. Pop up next turn, so I'll go in any direction. And I'll find a path that isn't trapped. This one's, you know, I'll be booby trapped. This one would force me down. I don't want to go down. I want to get up in the corner. I can continue to move up and this way. Still have options. I can't move to the side. I'll have to move up. Any of these will be an option next turn. If I move forward one, I'd then be able to sidestep. Move to this one, all of them will be primed except this one next turn. Or I can move backwards. My pick, I guess. Okay, do I want to move up still, or do I want to just move sideways? Let's see. If I can move that way, I'd still be able to go up one or across. If I move there, though, I have to move down, and I could work my way up around that way, or I can go. I can't go directly up. I'd be trapped. I'll have to go sidestep. Okay. Also, I'll pop up next turn, so they'll all be an open option. Same thing if I go up again. And up again. Okay. Take a little patience, and this isn't so bad, but damn, is it one of the most annoying. Where's my little princess? Here, Daddy. I just got a call from Mr. Real. Sounds like you roughed up his kid pretty bad, huh? Atta girl. My dad's always saying I shouldn't hit people when they're being mean. Yeah, and he's probably right about that. That's why he's dad and I'm daddy, but sometimes you have to stand up for what you believe in. Real, what you wanted you to apologize, but I told him you would do as soon as he taught his son some basic manners. Thank you, Daddy. So I see you're reading Empress of China again. Uh-huh. Do you want to know a secret? Huh? When Auntie Emily gave me that book, she told me she based the character Xiaoli off you. Really? Yup, and apparently she based Zhong off me. Sisters, am I right? So does my princess want a cookie? Yes, Daddy, I'd like a cookie. Who is this daddy you speak of? It is I, your loyal servant Zhong. Zhong, bring me a cookie. Of course, my princess. I'll be back here momentarily with the cookie jar. Thank you, Daddy. Now that means I either have to do the word puzzles, which I actually wrote down the answers to because they're that much of a pain to figure out the first time. I was not going to play around with it a second time. I at least explained the answers. I might be crazy enough to put up pictures, but I think we'll take a crack at this. And yes, it is possible to get trapped in these if you're not careful. Thankfully, you can use the button on the menu to go back to the central chamber, so even if you screw up, you can get out, which is a very good thing in my opinion. Because you see, I just basically trapped myself almost there. Okay, I can't move any further that way. Now I really am trapped. Yes, because I got no choice but to go back. Thankfully, we can just bypass any puzzles we solved, but... Well, I just trapped myself again, didn't I? Or did I? Ha 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 ha. Haha, take that puzzle. Oh, this is where things start to get really tricky, because you have to navigate around the corners, basically, around here. Well, of course, you know how to aim right, you can just end up exactly where you want, perfectly. Yep, solving these puzzles once helps, though this one's even worse. Well, in some ways easier. And we're done with this puzzle. Time for another cutscene. Lee, are you still in here? Uh-huh. So you're still reading, I see. Princess Xiaoli just made another of the center statues glow. Well, dinner's almost ready. Don't you think it's time to put the book down for now? But I want to know what happens next. Oh, alright. Let you eat here for once, but you'll have to be a good girl and help Daddy with the dishes afterwards, okay? Of course, Dad. Well, I won't hold you up any longer then. Love you. Thanks, Dad. Love you. Now, moving back to the last of the puzzles, which are all word puzzles. It's hard to read. Anything on your mind, Princess? Nothing you could comprehend, Zhong. Ah. So we got clouds, which are made from water vapor, the sea, which is obviously mostly H2O, and ice, which is water in liquid, solid form, not liquid form. God. So the answer here is water. I guess I could try H2O just to be a jerk, though. H2O, H2O. Oh, you don't like my answer? Because it's a chemical formula? Well, screw you, door. Okay, first we have a clock. Now, the thing about this is actually a popular Chinese card game. But if you weren't aware of that, this would be a completely useless hint to you. And you'd have to base your entire answer on clock and arm. Now, what does your arm end in but a hand? And what do you call where when you look at your time, you're reading the hands of a clock, unless you're using a digital clock, obviously. And in a game with cards, you'll have a hand of cards. So there's your answer. Now this one's actually a bit easier, because a river has a mouth, entrance to a cave can be called a mouth, and a horse obviously has a mouth since it's alive. And a living animal that has a mouth. I guess you can be alive and not have a mouth, but Usually when you think of most species that are alive, you probably are going to think of stuff that's bigger and has mouths. And then we have a vine, which has a stem, a musical note, which has a stem, and I don't know how a ship has a stem, but I'm going to assume it's some technical term I'm just not aware of. So, yeah. That's it for this. We're in. And the rest of this game's all cutscenes. Little princess, it's getting a little late now. Dad and I wanted to go to bed. But Xiaoli is about to unlock the big door. Well, it's not a school night, so I don't really mind, but if I don't get you to bed now, Dad's going to chew me out for being a bad parent. Can I just read a little while longer, please? Alright, it'll be our little secret, but you have to be quiet about it, okay? We don't want Dad to find out, do we? I understand, Daddy. Don't stay up too late, alright? Dad will find out if you're still asleep by noon. I won't. Okay then, little princess. Good night. Good night, Daddy. I still don't like how these pillars are a bit tough to see. You can't even see the ones in the bottom part. I guess it's trying to see what's behind these big bad doors, right? This is it. The power to kill my brother and avenge my parents is somewhere beyond this door. You have waited long for this moment, princess. Indeed I have. So why is it so difficult to take this last step? It's only natural it would be, princess. I have come too far to stop now, Zhong. We enter. I really don't like how this game basically admits right here in the middle, I didn't have enough time to finish my part, so please forgive me. This isn't something you should mention, really, because honestly your excuses aren't going to matter to me, because I'm still going to rate the game based on my experiences, even if you put up the excuse you didn't have enough time. So yeah, this is all story, nothing you can actually do. Besides a few fights that are completely meaningless since you can't be hurt and you can't lose. Where did the princess go? What? What are you talking about? Where did she go? I don't know, I swear. But please, I don't know, I swear. What's going on here? Guard, you have to help me. This man just attacked me out of nowhere. You, tell me where the princess went, and I will spare these villagers' lives. And just what do you wish to do to the princess? It doesn't matter, you're coming with me. You won't be able to harm her when you're in jail. There's no jail in this land powerful enough to hold me. One last chance. Tell me where the prince went, and I'll leave this village alone. Cut off text. Making for good jokes all around. She went north, toward the Great Hills. Thank you. I shall be on my way now. Getting tired. Just one more chapter. Okay. Well, I actually have to walk up to the hills. They could be anywhere beyond these hills. I'll ask around tomorrow. There's no way the princess could have traveled through here without being noticed. Now I'll find a place to camp for the night. This cave seems like a decent place to spend the night. Wait, there are people inside. I can't believe it! I actually stole the princess's bracelet! I can't believe it either. This has to be a replica. It can't be worth a fifth of the real bracelet's worth. No, it's totally real. The girl I stole it from looked just like her. The man she was traveling with looked just like her servant, Zhong. Excuse me, but you just say you met the princess. Who are you? I am Jiang, brother of Princess Xiaoli, and true heir to the throne. I can assure you the bracelet you hold is the genuine article. The princess's brother? You're just going to return this to her. You can't have it. Like I said, these battles are pointless. Honestly, I don't know why he doesn't just beat him up and the cutscene. Plus, it doesn't make much sense what happens next, considering it says they were slain. Yet they're apparently still capable of talking to you. Tell me where the princess went, and I'll let you keep the bracelet. And your lives, too. She was heading west, towards the forest. Thank you. That's enough for tonight. So, we meet at last, sister. Brother. All your life, you never cared about anything other than becoming the Emperor. You saw other people, even our own father, as nothing more than tools to use, so you could take power for yourself. But now I have obtained the ancestral blade, and with this power, I swear I shall end your ambitions, and avenge my family. You actually did it? You entered the ruins, knowing fully well that it had been forbidden by your father before his death. The people of China will never accept a criminal like you as their ruler. And what makes you think they'll accept you, a murderer? The public still doesn't know who the Emperor's true killer truly is. That's a bit oddly worded. I'll pin the blame on some random crook. At first, I must get rid of the two people who know the truth. For your sins, you shall burn in hell. Princess, watch out! Zhong! Princess, this is the end for me. I'm glad I could protect you. It's all up to you now. No, Zhong. Stay with me. You. This power! Is this what the ancestral blade is capable of? You will die here. Which gets all confusing now, doesn't it? Was this the ending of the book, or did she actually go out and kill one of her classmates for being a prick to her? I guess we can leave this up to interpretation, I suppose. And does he have to apologize twice? Yeah, I get it. You didn't have enough time, but it's a contest with a limited time frame on it. That's part of the challenge here. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure what the story is for this game, to be honest. Not the way it ends. But that's Empress of China. Until next time, then. See ya.